A knowledge of astrological signatures is of utmost importance in healing. For a treatment that one responds to or a medicine that is good for one person may have an opposite effect when applied to another person suffering with the same complaint. Methods of treatment each have their own signature and are especially effective when applied to patients of similar signature. Herbs and other remedies likewise each have a specific vibration, and the effect of their use depends upon the harmony or discord of corresponding centers of energy in the astral body of the person to whom administered. A remedy ruled by a sign or planet stimulates the section of the body corresponding to it in signature and has a powerful effect when applied to it. But if this section of the body is shown in the birth chart to have a discordant vibration, it but increases the discord. A disease may successfully be treated by fighting and overcoming its vibrations by the use of a remedy that is the vibratory antidote. This is on the principle that water quenches fire. Or it may be treated by applying to the afflicted part a remedy ruled by the celestial influence in the birth chart that makes the strongest harmonious aspect to the part afflicted. By thus strengthening the part where the affliction occurs with additional harmony, the disease, which is an inharmonious condition, can no longer manifest. These, however, are considerations that are discussed in the Hermetic system of medical astrology. Perhaps there is no department of life in which the doctrine of signatures plays a more important part than in our association with others. The centers of energy within the astral body of each person are radiating energy. Some of these centers radiate harmonious energy and some of them radiate discordant energy. Thus, when we come in close contact with another person, our astral bodies receive the impact of these vibrations, and our centers of energy are greatly stimulated. But the manner in which they are stimulated depends, in great measure, not merely upon the harmony of these centers considered separately, but upon the natural harmony or discord that obtains between the centers of energy in one person's astral body as related to the centers of energy in the astral body of the other person. A comparison of birth charts indicates quickly just how one person will affect another if they become closely associated, and in just what department of life and how the harmony or discord will manifest. For harmony in marriage, the first consideration is that the etheric vibrations, as shown chiefly by the first house and the moon, should be similar. If markedly dissimilar, their energies will not fuse, they will not get in complete rapport, and both will experience a constant feeling of unrest and dissatisfaction. The next consideration should be that both belong to the same planetary family, or at least that the mental trend should be enough alike that they have interests in common. Finally, if both belong to the same state of life or to complementary states, as shown by the sun signs, it enables them to understand each other's viewpoint, leading to compatibility. Another department of life over which the doctrine of signatures has a profound influence is business and the acquisition of wealth. Each individual has within their astral body a center of energy, as shown by the birth chart, that vibrates more strongly to some natural source of wealth than do the other centers. In other words, things of a certain type attract to the individual wealth that they could not hope to attract in association with other things. Therefore, to the extent one associates with things that correspond in nature to their most harmonious centers of energy, will one attract wealth, and to the extent one associates with the things that correspond to the most discordant center of energy in the astral body, will they meet financial misfortune. The astrological signature of a person indicates the type of ability they have. One should capitalize on this ability by following a business, trade, or profession where it is called into play. But if the individual would succeed to their utmost in the use of this ability, one should find an avenue of its expression in which one is constantly brought in contact with the things corresponding to the most harmonious center in the astral body, for they are the individual's natural sources of wealth. The doctrine of signatures in its practical application has a ramification as wide as the interests of humanity. It pervades and has an important bearing in the most unexpected quarters. The student of the occult will meet it at every step. Only through a knowledge of this doctrine, as here most briefly outlined, can one live to their highest, accomplish most for themselves and for others, and become of utmost service to universal society.